So, it's been over a month since my last upload, and to say that a lot has happened in the past month would be an understatement. More than a lot has happened in this past month. I literally have not covered anything on this YouTube channel about any sort of whatever controversy has been going on with Flames and Innerability and the compensation that we received, as well as a whole ass conference that is happening on April 11th. So much has happened that it's honestly insane. But I do want to say though, if anybody has been covering this really well, it's been Steve. He literally has been publishing videos. Literally every single time Nixon has come out with any sort of official statement, as well as Orange Mushroom, if you want to check out the translated notes of these statements that they have been releasing. So I'll go ahead and link both of them in the description because they've all covered them. And here, I'm just really late to the party. Here with this stupid fucking checklist that I have. Is that my stream chat? God damn, I thought I turned that off. Anyway, I got this checklist for Road to Endgame Neo Update. And the amount of episodes I've released for Road to Endgame Neo Update is not more than one. That's embarrassing. For someone who thought they were actually gonna make an episode weekly over this shit, and it's ridiculous. I gotta get my head in my game a little better. Anyway, here I am on this checklist, checking off all the things that I actually did finish. Because just because I wasn't uploading videos doesn't mean that I wasn't playing the game. I've been moving in this game. I really have been trying to get things done and sorted out and everything. So by the end of the Neo update, I am going to go ahead and fill in all the things that I have finished on this checklist right now. And that's it. I did all of that except for the Wild Hunter. The Wild Hunter, unfortunately, is only level 122. Did not hit level 200 on it. Unfortunately, it's a bit of a shame. And with how things are looking for me right now, level 200 will probably not be happening anytime soon, because basically what went down was after the Neo patch, I spent 1 week working on funding my Fire Poison and my Kind for them to be reliable boss mules. They're still kind of weak, but they can kill CRA at a time that I'm not necessarily complaining about. Though I haven't done it ever since Temp Stats, because we had our Neo Force Temp Stats, which just expired yesterday, and that honestly makes me really sad, because of course I'm not as strong as I am on my main anymore, because one of my lacking sources was IED, and now that I don't have the IED from the Temp Stats anymore, I'm extremely weak, but that's okay. So what's about to go down, or what I have been doing since Neo, is I spent the first week after Neo leveling my Fire Poison and my Kind up for them to be strong enough to run bosses. So they're both 210. They've got both Road of Vanishing and True Island symbols. Eventually, whenever I get around to them again, I'm going to start doing Arcane Symbol dailies on both of those characters, so they can actually gain a little bit more Arcane Force, so they can do weekly bosses faster. One thing that I've also been doing on the Battle Mage, or not the Battle Mage, I'll talk about that later. One thing that I've been doing on the Fire Poison is that I've been making gear for my Battle Mage using Karma items. For example, we had 2 17-star scrolls in the coin shop. I equipped 2 Apsos on the Fire Poison and used both 17-star scrolls on each of those Apsos. One of them is a shoulder. I went and bought a shoulder from the auction house for about 950 mil. It was about 15% strength, or strength, goddamn, 15% int, and it was also chaos scrolled with 8 attack on it. So I figured 8 attack, and it's not even 15 stars yet. I might as well just go ahead and get it. So I got it, and I slapped a 17-star scroll on it. So it looks really good. As a matter of fact, I'll show the gear right now. So yeah, here's the shoulder, the first item that has the 17-star scroll. 39 magic attack at. What the fuck? I'm not even on the right scene, goddammit. I'm keeping this scene because I'm stupid. Here is the shoulder. Here is the shoulder. 17 stars. This thing's only worth about 1.5 bill. It's got a 10 magic attack bonus spot on it too, so that's good. Good to go. Good stuff. Next up, I also have the shoe. The shoe is a really good flame. 65 int, 5% all stat. Flames have been getting pretty cheap recently because of the bajillions of flames that they've been giving out for compensation, which I haven't even got mine yet. And the amount of flames I have able to use are 166. So I'll be using those I'll talk about what I'm going to use those on later. But I got this for a pretty cheap price. The clean price for the item was like 400 mil for just this flame alone. I bought the bonus pot for about 200 mil, which did include the 9% main pot. So I went ahead and 30% traced it, and then after I 30% traced it, I slapped a 17-star scroll on it, and now these are the stats on the shoe. So because I didn't have any intentions of making my Battle Mage till the second Terra burn, probably in August of this year, I was gonna go ahead and keep the items on here, you know, for that long. But I can no longer do that. I have to make my Battle Mage this month as my next character once I get this character swapped from Fairy Bros. And the reason why is because of the compensation that's been handed out. But before I get to that, let me talk about what I've been doing for the second week after Neo. I've been grinding my Dark Knight. Over the past week, I went from level 235 to level 239. 4 levels in the past week. And I'm honestly really happy that I was able to do that. All it really takes is just a little bit of consistent grinding. And shoot, you can get it done. Like, I figured I would give myself maybe 4 hours a day for around 5, maybe 6 days a week. And this is pretty much the result from like 5 days of grinding. Well, to be fair, I was like almost at 70% at level 235 when I started grinding. So I more so gained almost about 3.5 levels in those 20 hours, which is honestly really, really good. Because my hourly rates are probably, I think they averaged out at like 13, maybe 14% an hour when I was grinding. Definitely more so closer to 13. But really, really satisfied with the rates I pulled. But unfortunately, they are going to be a lot lower because we are putting these 230s to bed. Because now it is time for me to talk about the compensation and claim the compensation. So, yada yada yada. You want more information about it? Like I said, I got Steve and Max's videos and blog posts down in the description below. But what has happened is Nexon's been fooling us for the past 8 years, giving us all these ridiculous probabilities that went against our favors. People were pissed off because they threw away money. Nexon's trying to make the community happy again by giving us compensation. The initial compensation, which was a 10% return on Flames and Honor EXP, was a bunch of bullshit. People were really pissed off, started selling gear. They got really mad, so they thought, fuck, we fucked up. Okay, we're gonna give another go at this. And the second go was a 100% refund on the Flames and on the Honor that we used in the past 2 years. Unfortunately, it is only 2 years instead of the 8 years because they only keep logs for 2 years. So it is what it is with that. But not only is it a 100% refund on top of the 10% that was given to us before, so we got a 110% refund. There's also an entire compensation package, which I am going to go over right now. This compensation package includes an arcane weapon, a relay arcane weapon, 15 stars, legendary potential, which I believe the potential was like 35 boss, 12 damage, and 12 crit rate. I could be wrong. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. In Rec server, it is 30% traced for 8 slots. You cannot Star Force. You cannot cube it. You can just leave it as it is. The only thing you could do with the relay arcane is to flame it. With this arcane, I'm going to be making my Battle Mage early in order to toss the arcane weapon on it. Because my Battle Mage has really been like the set second main for this account. But like I said earlier, because of my Fairy Bros record, I cannot make my Battle Mage for another, well, resets in 1 hour. So 1, 2, 3 days. I have to wait until Sunday to be able to make my Battle Mage. But that's still not necessarily too bad. There's also a Dominator pendant, which is 15% of your stat as well as 6% crit rate, I believe. So that's also going to be tossed on the Battle Mage. I did get a real Dominator drop over the past month that I haven't really been uploading from Akairam, and I reflamed it to this 56 strength 6 all stat. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm just going to sell it. Unfortunately, dummies aren't worth that much, I believe, these days. Maybe they're worth a little more because people might start flaming them. Just like how Absols went up in price because a lot of people are flaming Absols with the compensation flames they received. And by the way, if you want to know the amount of flames I got, I received 166 red flames worth of points. So I'm going to be using all of those on my Battle Mages, Fake Dummy, and Fake Arcane whenever I get around to making it. And that's basically that. Next up, we've got 2 Choo Choo Island sets, which are permanent, but they have stats that last for 6 months. And these stats are very similar to stats of a piece of Master Label equipment, which, if you want to look at what I have on right now, the hat will give 30 all stat on the Choo Choo set. The cape will give 30 all stat. The shoe will give probably speed and jump. The overall will give defense, and the weapon will give 30 attack and magic attack. And then the full set includes 15 stat and 10 attack and magic attack. Honestly, I'm not necessarily going to be a big fan of wearing the set. I'll wear like certain pieces of the set that I think look cool. For example, I think the male overall looks really nice. So I'll probably be wearing that on my Battle Mage. Though as far as other characters are concerned, I'll probably just go ahead and wear the full set on my Fire Poison because, I mean, it's free stat. I'm not going to complain about free stat. So it's not necessarily too bad. Other items I'm trying to claim include growth potions. So there are so many growth potions, it's ridiculous. There are 3 level 210 potions, 3 level 220 potions, 3 level 230 potions, 3 typhoon potions, and 1 max growth potion. And if I haven't talked about this earlier, this is a potion that can get you 1 level from 200 to 249, essentially getting you up to 250 if you are at 249. Really, really good potion, so that's going to change up a lot of things. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and use them right now. Make sure I have the slots for it and everything. So, all of the 13 potions that we were given are going to be used on my main. I thought about using them on my mule, or just any of my mules, for example, getting my Pathfinder to level 230, but I figured I don't really care about that anymore. One of the main big things I wanted to get out of the way was getting this character to 250. That's why I started grinding, so I can reach 250 as soon as possible. Preferably by the end of April, but that was the initial plan, reaching 250 before the end of April. But now, since we are given all of these potions, I'm going to try to hit 250 within about a month. Technically, the latest deadline would be April 21st because that is when the compensation period ends. But as you can see, currently at level 239, I can use all of these potions right now. And of course, I had to go through all this to use them. The level 210 potions give about 6 bill. The level 220 potions give 27 bill. The level 230 potions, I believe, give 90 bill. Yeah, they do. So using this one will get me to 240. Got the achievement for 240. The Typhoon potions are about 238 bill, I believe. Yep. 241. And then let me go ahead and use this last one and hit 242. Perfect. So now that I'm level 242, I have to get myself from 242 to 249 before the 21st. Use a max potion, hit 250, ready for lab. Honestly, I'm at a pretty decent schedule for what I want to achieve at the moment. For now though, the goal by the end of this month is probably just 245, which I'm giving myself more than enough time to do. If I'm being honest, I could probably hit 245 in about 2 weeks, maybe less than 2 weeks. But first, I need to see how much EXP I gain in a wealth pot. I'm going to expect maybe around, what is this, 404 billion, maybe 15% in a wealth pot of all 2Xs, maybe 15%, but I'm not entirely too sure. But if I can get about 15% per wealth up until 245, then reaching 245 for me should take no more than 2 weeks, which will be doable by like March 25th. So I can probably go ahead and go for 246 by the end of the month. So if it's really that simple, then 246 by the end of the month should definitely be doable. And that's it for that. Moving on to more of the compensation. 1,000 Arcane Symbols. Now, in-game players aren't necessarily very happy about this. You don't even need to be in-game. It's more so just the arcane symbols for the most part are entirely useless for them because, well, oops, I only got 100. They're entirely useless for them because, well, they already have their symbols maxed. You could argue putting them on like a second main or a third main or whatever, but I mean, it could work. But there's also some of them who probably have like 3 or 4 characters with max symbols already, and they don't necessarily care about making any more characters with symbols. So it kind of just hurts them a little bit, you know what I mean? This is going to take a lot to get through. This is going to take a while to get through, for damn sure. But with these 1000 symbols, I'm finally going to match up my Esfera and my Morass symbols. And with that, they should both be reaching level 13, and I do have the money to pay for it. They should both be reaching level 13, and I'll gain 600 strength. I'm going to currently put on my damage gear, as well as putting my points in for hyper stats. And I believe I should be at like 32k. I include my Roar 4 as damage gear, because I always have it on as a main ring. I believe I'm missing one more item. No, my Spirit Pendant expired, so I'm not. So I'm at 32.4k. So once these symbols are done, I'll be at 33. Okay, cool. 33k stat. Perfect. Let's go ahead and use them. Okay, that took so much longer than I felt like it needed to. But it's okay because we all got them in. So Morass is at 138 out of 180. Esfera is at 137. I really wish they were both at 138. That's going to really piss me off. But hey, the next time we somehow get an automatic of symbol selectors, then I can match the symbols, I guess. But this is just what it's going to have to be right now for both of them. So they're both going to be on track for maxing them out at the same time, which is exactly what I wanted. As far as my other symbols go, these 3 will be maxed pretty soon. Of course, these 2 sooner than this. But before I know it, probably within the next 2 months, I'll have 3 symbols maxed out. Latch, I'm getting like 15 symbols a day, I believe. So this still needs another few months. It's just that these 2 are like the real troublesome ones. So we'll get that over with before we know it, I believe. Next up on the compensation list, I need to go ahead and see if there's anything else I need to claim on this character. Oh, these. Perfect. So we've got a selective mixed hair dye coupon. This is a really overpowered coupon that lets you choose to mix between whatever 2 colors you want for your hair. Now this character doesn't really have hair. It's got like a little baby ting on top of it, which is why we're like the M-label crown. You can see right here, you can kind of see the little piece of hair, that really thin piece of hair that's on it. Honestly, I did use like a random hair dye color on it, and I got like purple and brown, I think. I don't know. It had some sort of shade of purple in it, though, that's for sure. And honestly, I really like that I pulled that, but it doesn't really change my hair too much, so it doesn't even matter. So I gotta think of like a really OP color for my Battle Mage whenever I put it on there. I also don't really know exactly what I'm gonna wear on the character. I'll talk more about that in the next video I'll make about it. But there's that. Next up we have a cat, and this cat's big. This cat, no, not literally, it's actually very small, but when I say big, I mean it's big in the fact that this is a petite pet. This is a vac pet for 90 days. You can even get it in reboot. The problem about this is that it can't be revived. A lot of people look at this as a bad thing because for those who can't really afford a vac pet, for reboot people who can't get a vac pet at all, they can get this vac pet. 90 days later, the pet expires, and they're going to start having withdrawals. Especially the people in reboot. They're going to start having withdrawals. So they're going to be like, yo, I really like this pet. I really like what it did for my loot. I want to go ahead and spend money to buy some. So I see what they're doing with this. I definitely see what they're doing with this. Some people ask for a permanent one, but honestly, I don't know. I feel like a permanent vac pet will be a little too far. Some people don't think it's that far, but that's just my take on it. I'm not really exactly too sure. I'm no expert. But next up for the final box, or for the final piece of our compensation, we have 3x 3x EXP coupons. So you get 20 of these every week, and you can open it 5 times. The box itself lasts for 8 weeks, so you can miss like 3 weeks if you still want to get them all. but I believe it refreshes on Mondays. I believe it says it on there, but I can't read. But I believe it does refresh on Mondays, either Mondays or Thursdays, because those are like the main reset days for the game. But anyway, we are at. We'll go ahead and claim this, since we definitely do need to continue starting this grind to 250. It is not over yet. Let's go ahead and get that right now. And I guess I'll open these when I start grinding tomorrow. I also need to get a spear, or technically today, because it is just the morning. And I took the day off yesterday from grinding, but I need to get back into it. So we'll see how that goes. I'll probably hit 243 by the end of the week at best. I think that's like the goal. But anyway, that's it. That's the compensation. The rest of the items, as well as like the flames, will be used on the Battle Mage. I've already used up all of my honor points, all of my A honor points, which I did try to end up rolling for. I tried to end up rolling for a line that was better than 4% Meso with 1.8 mil without waiting for an event, and I didn't get anything. If you do want to see my inner ability right now, though, go ahead and show it. Let me. God damn it! Let me go ahead and do this in. I got one roll left. I rolled 49 buff. Ideally, I wanted 38 buff with boss damage as a prime, but I really dislike rolling for 38 buff. So, interesting. I dislike rolling for unique buff, so I figured, fuck it, I'm not even gonna care about it anymore. Missed me with that noise. So that's it though. I'll probably go ahead and sell off these medals. Medals are really cheap right now. I believe someone said they were like 7 mil each, but I'm just gonna sell them off because I don't really care. Also, one thing I need to show you guys, maybe some updates on kind of this character's progression. My union, I've hit 4K, 4,095 to be exact at the current moment. Probably won't hit 6K for a while. Like I said, I'll be gunning for that after I hit 250. I have several projects after I hit 250. One of them includes pretty much leveling my Battle Mage while the Vac Pet is still within its active reach. Probably get it to like 235 as fast as I possibly can. After that, I don't really care about leveling it past 235 until it has higher symbol levels and my main is a higher level than 250. Because once my Battle Mage is 235, my main needs to really be like the main focus. I need to get this guy to 270 at least, so I can get at least 2 of the authentic symbols. But hey, we'll talk more about that road once we get there, because that's a really long way to go. But the other thing I wanted to do after I hit 250 was, like I said earlier, go for 6K. The amount of character slots we will be receiving before summer update, I imagine, will be 9. We get the March slot, the April slot, the May slot, the June slot, all from Fairy Bros. And then come anniversary, we get 5 slots from the shop. We might get more, but we'll see. But I'm expecting to have 33 slots. And we'll see how many level 200 plus characters we need in order to reach 6K with 33 slots. So we're definitely going to be trying to gun for that. As far as my level 200 plus characters go, I didn't finish the Water Hunter, unfortunately, but I do have about 10 of them right now. One of the main reasons why I didn't do the Water Hunter was because I was running really low on money, and I do like to fund my level 200 meals to a certain extent, and I just couldn't afford to do the Water Hunter, so I didn't bother to do it. Also, how much money do I have left though? 124 mil. Cool. This will probably just be used going towards Battle Mage Fund. I think from the time I grind from now till 250, the money is going to be spent on Battle Mage. All the cores I'm going to get, I currently have 87 right now from the past few days of grinding. These are all going to be used on the Battle Mage. Like I said, I really want to take this like as a really serious second main project. Trying to get 17-star gear on it. I already have 2 pieces, some unique gear, epic bonus spot gear, all that. We're getting the weapon for free. So I mainly have to pay for a good secondary and a good emblem. I'm not sure if I want to pay for a good secondary, like, I'm not sure if that's the first thing I want to do, but we'll go ahead and see. I'll do some secondary shopping probably, or window shopping at least, another day once I actually get around to making the character. But that's gonna be it for now. Oh yeah, 2 more things. Dojo, I cleared floor 51 at 1322. That's faster than my old character, so I can say, at least with temp stats given, this character is now finally stronger than the original Angry Dark, the level 252 Dark Knight on the Naver account. I have completely surpassed it, and there are still many things left over that I have to do, including reaching 8k Union and maxing out my Arcane Symbols. So I'm very happy about that. Oh my god, I 22 starred my shoulder. Ah yes, this is this is just something that I feel like I really did need to mention, cause all last week I was trying to solo Hard Lotus, but I had really bad runs, and then one run just ended up being really terrible. Like, it didn't even last 10 minutes in the fight. Also, I didn't clear, by the way. It was really bad. I don't know what happened, but my performance in Hard Lotus this week was just, or in the past week, was absolutely horrendous. So this shoulder was already 19 stars. So I figured I was like brokenhearted. I felt like I had nothing left to lose. So I went, pressed the button on the shoulder, bam, it hit 20 stars. So I'm like, oh shit, we have a rule around here. Whenever we get an item to 20 stars, we don't leave it at 20 stars. We get it to 22 and we blow it up. So I spent a good chunk of money, probably like, not a good chunk, it was like 500 mil, that's almost nothing. Did not make it past 20, but it didn't boom. So I went ahead and sold some core gemstones, got 300 mil more, 2 more tries, I hit 21, and then I tapped the 22 in the first try. The amount of Mesa in total took to get this item to 22 stars was once again less than a bill, about 850 mil. That's 100 mil less than my glove, which took probably like 950 mil. So with a total net cost of 1.8 bill, I have starred 2 items from 17 to 22. That's ridiculous. Ridiculous is an understatement. I just can't be stopped with the star forcing, man. You really gotta be put in the zone for the moment. But yeah, with just 1.8 bill spent, I've probably collectively made like 25 bill plus over these 2 items. So that's amazing. And the best part is, I bought this shoulder with the intention to 22 star it, because when I bought it, it was only 17 stars. I started to 18 from a 5, 10, 15 event. I started to 19 because I felt like it, and then I started to 22 because I felt like it. So pretty much 18 to 22 was done off event, and I think I got a little lucky. So there's that. And then also one last thing, I soloed normal well level 236. I'll drop the video on that probably around the same time I drop this video, so you guys can see that. And yes, that is it this time for sure. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll be logging both my road to 250 and the Battle Mage progression as time goes by. Obviously, both the level 250 and the Battle Mage progression will be happening around the same time. But when it comes to anniversary, and if it's like a really good Union event, I'm definitely going to prioritize the Union over getting my Battle Mage to 235. Because the Battle Mage doesn't really have to be done as soon as possible. It's just something that I kind of want to do as like a fun little side thing. If that makes any sense. So, that's definitely it for this video. Hopefully more videos to come. I can't promise you guys on anything anymore, especially since the last video was over a month ago. But I appreciate y'all being here. I appreciate y'all waiting for content. Really does mean a lot. And see you guys in the next one.